This is Phil Toko, and you're watching the Agri-Food Safety Minute, the web series designed to get you one step closer to GAP certification every week. One of the early steps in putting together a farm food safety manual is creating a map of your farm. This can be a fairly easy process using Google Maps. In this episode, we'll be demonstrating how to create a map using Google Maps. In a number of episodes in this series, we'll be using a fictitious farm called the Rogers Reserve as a reference point for many of the activities that you would have to do to create a GAP manual. This farm is an actual farm in the Michigan State University Experiment Station system. We'll be discussing various aspects of that farm in the hopes that you can learn from the experience and possibly apply those things to your farm. So the first step is to go to Google and Google Maps. I'm at Google now, and I left-click on the Maps tab in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. I then type in the address of the farm. Then I need to center and zoom in to my farm so it appears in the window. Now here comes the trick. I press the print screen button in the upper right hand section of the keyboard. Once I press the print screen button in the upper right hand section of the keyboard, I open up Paint. This is a standard Windows application. It can be found in the Start menu under Accessories. The application opens in a new window. Then I toggle on the Edit bar in the upper left hand corner and select Paste from the drop down menu. So what is pasted is the whole screen that was showing when I pressed the print screen button. So from that, I select just the portion that I want to keep. In our case, it's the map. Once I've selected my farm, I need to select Crop from the Image drop-down menu. I then take what's left and save it as a JPEG file on my desktop. Once I have it saved as a JPEG, I can then insert it into a Word document very easily. So I close out of these programs and open Word. Once I open Word, I go up to the File menu and choose Insert Picture. I'll find my field map on the desktop or in the documents and then click on it to bring it into the Word document. Now there is a trick here to move it around. I have to right click on my picture and choose Word Wrap Square. That will allow me to freely move my picture all around the page. Once it's positioned where I want it, I can enlarge it and get it exactly the right size for what I want. Once that's done, I need to label each field, add a title to my map, add contact information and my farm's address, as well as what's being grown in each field currently. The labeling of the fields doesn't need to be fancy. It can be done using shapes in the computer program, or it can be done by pen. You can find guidance documents in our show notes that further outline the steps needed to create a map using Google Maps. In addition, you can find a sample map created in this webisode. Thanks for joining us this week. We hope to see you again next week on the Agri-Food Safety Minute.